Now at 10, community members gathered to identify historic buildings in Joplin's North Heights neighborhood, plus a lawsuit concerning the mandate for Bibles in Oklahoma schools. And Branson, Missouri's biggest attraction announces a massive investment.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin community members discuss plans for one of the city's historic neighborhoods. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. City officials and the Joplin Historic Preservation Commission members met tonight to discuss plans to survey Joplin's North Heights neighborhood. The goal, to identify the area's historic buildings and sites and to make sure they're preserved. Over a 3-year period, inspectors will visit homes and structures to see if they fit the criteria.
Ultimately, the goal is to have the information needed from a preservationist point of view to nominate a National Register district to National Historic Register.
According to the Joplin Historic Preservation Commission, preservation has proven to be a major contributor to tourism and economic development. Many historic districts have stabilized and some have increased property values. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now for a first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to really be just about a perfect October day. Average high 70, we hit 71. Cool start 42 during the morning hours. Record on this date is 88, set back in 1964. Let's go outside, sitting at 50 in Joplin, 52 in Pittsburgh. So we are cooling down, but it's not going to be near as cold as what we have seen over the past couple nights. Still going to be chilly. We're going to get back into lower 40s late tonight. 52 in Nevada, down to 48 in Carthage. 52 in Bella Vista, Grand Lake 48, 55 in Parsons. So it's starting to cool down just a little bit, but we do still have a light southerly wind, and that will keep our temperatures from dropping off as much as what we have seen over the past couple nights. But the winds are going to stay kind of strong, kind of breezy for us as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. Clear skies. What about rain chances? We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. Some Oklahomans are suing to prevent mandating Bibles in schools. More than 30 Oklahomans have been named as plaintiffs in a lawsuit against the Oklahoma superintendent regarding his order to have the Bible as required material in every Oklahoma public school classroom. The suit was filed today in the Oklahoma Supreme Court. Last month, Superintendent Ryan Walters announced that $3 million in state funds would be used to purchase and supply 55,000 Bibles to Oklahoma schools. The plaintiffs are seeking a judgment stating that the Bible education and mandate is invalid and unenforceable. The plaintiffs in that case include Oklahoma spiritual leaders, parents, and teachers. In response to the lawsuit, Walters stated on social media in part, quote, "It is not possible for our students to understand the American history and culture without understanding the biblical principles from which they came. I will never back down to the woke mob, no matter what tactic they use to try to intimidate Oklahomans," end quote. You can see more of Walters' response and see the full petition and lawsuit on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Police arrest a juvenile suspected of a hoax terroristic threat in Neosho, Missouri. Yesterday, Neosho police responded to the junior high to investigate a report of a terroristic threat. Detectives learned that 2 boys had taken a photo of BB guns that was later edited and posted on social media by a 12-year-old girl. Police say the photo indicated that a school shooting was to take place yesterday. Detectives determined that it was a hoax. No real threat existed, they say. Authorities went on to say if this had been from an adult, multiple charges would have been filed, including making a terrorist threat first degree, which is a Class D felony and carries up to 7 years in prison. This morning, Carl Junction schools participated in International Shakeout Day. Shakeout Day aims to bring awareness to earthquake safety through drills at schools, work, or at homes internationally. When instructions were given to the students over the intercom, the students got under their desks to practice what they would do if there were a real earthquake.
So ideally, you want them to get outside and be safe from anything that could fall on them. In the event that's not possible, we seek somewhere underneath a secure table or something that would be safe for them.
Millions of people all across the country participated in National Shakeout Day at 10:17 this morning. Some students in Joplin took time to build their futures today. The Missouri Job Center's Southwest region set up shop at the old Macy's space at the North Park Mall to host the Build My Future event. It's the largest trade and manufacturing expo in Southwest Missouri and a way to present possible career opportunities for some 8th grade through high school students. The event featured more than 50 vendors and more than 800 students registered. A theme park in Southwest Missouri announces a major expansion. Today, Silver Dollar City announced plans to invest $500 million over the next decade on the park's biggest expansion ever. Plans include new family adventures, including the development of 1,200 acres adjacent to the Ozark Mountain theme park. That's in addition to the debut of Silver Dollar City Resort, which will feature more than 200 guest rooms.
$500 million invested over the next 10 years is this company's belief in the state of Missouri and in the region called the Ozark Mountains.
The Silver Dollar City Resort is scheduled to open in late 2026. Firefighters in Oklahoma warn the risk of house fires goes up when the temperature goes down. That story's coming up. And businesses in Pittsburgh get dressed up for the holiday.
Matt Sappington in Carthage or Agent Bruce Beline in Lamar.
Firefighters in Oklahoma say this is a trend they see every year. The temperatures go up, the numbers of house fires, well, the temperatures go down and the fires go up. But there are a few things folks can keep in mind to keep their homes and their families safe. Cameron Joyner has more.
House fires like this one at Southwest 21st and South Independence Avenue.
Heavy fire conditions coming from several sides of the house.
And this one at Southwest 46th Street.
Visible flames from the roof.
Are a prime example of the trend firefighters see every year.
This is kind of our first cool night of the season. It has been a very busy night for the fire department.
Fall temperatures make their way to the metro, and folks fire up the furnace or the space heater. And firefighters see a rise in house fires.
It's that time of year.
Wednesday morning, an improperly vented fireplace sparked one blaze, and another originated from an extension cord draped on a furnace. Scott Douglas with the Oklahoma City Fire Department has a few reminders.
Before you light your fireplace off, please make sure that it is swept by a certified chimney sweep. Make sure there's a good screen, mesh screen in front of it to prevent any sparks or embers from entering your home.
Colder months also bring out space heaters, another catalyst when left unattended. An easy rule of thumb, space heaters need space.
They need 3 feet of clearance around any type of items that can catch on fire.
Douglas encourages residents to take these precautions, but assures firefighters are always ready to jump into action.
We're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
The 3 fires overnight in Oklahoma City actually makes a total of 6 house fires since the temperatures dropped early yesterday. Firefighters there say the cause of the other fire is still under investigation. Pittsburgh businesses are getting a facelift of sorts. It's the annual Halloween window painting. Young artists from all over the community got to paint their favorite Halloween displays on local businesses' windows. The event was revived after a 10-year hiatus. They'll be judged and the winner will be selected.
We just hope that people get more engaged in the community. You know, we have an exciting downtown. We have a lot of new shops. We have a lot of activity down here, particularly this weekend, of course. It's a homecoming weekend.
The window painting will be completed in time for Saturday's Pitt State Homecoming Parade. They'll be judged prior to that. A little bit later, cafeteria workers at one Joplin school get a big shout out. KOAM photojournalist Ty Parks will introduce us to the queens of the cafeteria.
Plus, our temperatures are going to start to warm up the next few days. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a great Thursday for us today. Chilly start, but a nice finish. High temps right around 70 degrees, which is pretty ideal for this time of the year. Great shot of our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, it's Thursday. On Thursdays, we get an updated drought tracker. Keeps getting worse every week, which is expected when you haven't had a drop of rain the entire month. But we're under an extreme drought from just north of Lamar, Sheldon, south through the metro, Monette, Table Rock, northwest Arkansas, northeast Oklahoma, and then it goes to severe to moderate drought. So the bottom line here is we need rain. We don't have any rain, in the near future, but we do have some chances as we get into next week. Right now, most of us sitting upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Here's 7th, here's range line sitting at 50. South winds at about 5 to 10, gust a little bit higher than that. And the winds are going to stay a little breezy tonight. They've backed off once the sun has set, but still south winds 5 to 10. As we go through the daytime hours tomorrow, we're going to have those southerly winds again, and we are going to have some gusts near 20 miles per hour. Of course, never a good idea to burn when you have some wind and you have very dry conditions. It stays breezy as well as we go into the weekend. Still those southerly winds kicking in as we go into Saturday afternoon. Clear skies, nothing going on here. In fact, the entire Central Plains, nothing going on. Here's the beginnings of our next storm system, which is going to take its good old sweet time heading toward us. It's only really, the leading edge is only about 600 miles away. It's just gonna kind of turtle its way toward us as we go through the next several days. Let me show you. Here's our upper flow. System drops tomorrow afternoon, and then it's what we call a cutoff low. So here's the jet stream, so there's no fast river of air to kind of push it off toward the east. So the end result is it just slowly walks toward us as we go through the next few days. Plus, on top of that, it doesn't have a lot of moisture. We should get a few showers out of it on Monday, but besides that, we're pretty boring weather. All right, let me take you through time. By morning, lower 40s. By the noon hour, 68, 69 degrees, high temps, right around 74, 75. So a few notches warmer than what we did see today. Few clouds roll in tomorrow night, low to mid 40s again. Saturday afternoon, a few notches warmer again as we go into the upper 70s during the afternoon. Day planner on your Friday, 46 to start, 67 by noon, high temp, 75 degrees. If you're heading out to high school football, this is hoodie weather because we drop back pretty quickly. 65 by kickoff, 55 by the fourth quarter, but it looks fantastic. A lot of activities going on. You got homecoming in Pittsburgh. We're going to look at Maple Leaf here in Carthage if you're going to the morning parade. Chilly, but you can see a very quick warm up as we go through the morning. 75 on your Friday, 77 Saturday, 79 on Sunday. Few showers Monday into Tuesday morning, but a warmer week next week, back into the 80s, returning, which is a good 10 degrees above normal. 15
wow.
Actually.
We've really been bouncing around a lot on the
I know.
temperatures.
It'd be nice to get a little rain with those bounces.
That's the one thing we're missing. Thanks, Doug. Joplin's Soaring Heights Elementary served up a special shout out today in honor of National School Lunch Week. The school honored the women they call Queens of the Cafeteria. KOAM photojournalist Ty Parks joined the staff for lunch on the high seas.
A mystery on our hands today. I'm trying to find me gold. One of two things happened to me gold. Either Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow, stole me gold, or I dropped me whole bag of gold in the potatoes, and you have to eat all of your potatoes to find me gold at the bottom.
Celebrating what our ladies and gentlemen in the cafeteria do, and just kind of the healthiness of school lunches. We use this week to promote school lunch, so the healthiness of it and what it does for kids both inside and outside of the classroom. Principals and our teachers, our ladies try to get in there and talk to the kids and do fun things like this. So you'll see both principals here at Soaring Heights. They're both dressed up as pirates right now. Lots of times we'll talk to the kids about what they want to see on the menu, and whenever I can, I implement that kind of stuff for them. We have pretty strict nutrition standards, so we have to offer fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, meat alternatives, meat and meat alternatives, milk. But we have calorie restrictions low and high, so I work some fun things in there. I am a dietitian, so I work to make sure that we get those fun things, but not too much of those fun things. And honestly, kids love, especially those fresh fruits. So right now we're implementing a lot of commodity fresh fruits and vegetables. So we've been able to try things like watermelon and cantaloupe and kiwi and plums and just some of those unusual fruits that maybe kids don't get a lot of, and they really enjoy that. School lunch is nutritious. I know there's probably some things out there, social media, that maybe give school lunch a bad rap, but we're constantly working to improve it.
I got candy.
That we care what they think. We want to get their feedback. We want to know what they like and what they don't like, and ultimately that everybody in the school, including the lunch ladies and the lunch dudes that we like to call them in the cafeteria, care for them. And if they have any problems, anything they want to talk about, we're here just like their teachers or the administration is for them.
Shiver me timber, mateys, we've got a problem on our hands.
Wow, great costume, great acting, great time, I'm sure, for everybody. Tomorrow, the Soaring Heights Queens of the Cafeteria will be serving up cheese bites with marinara sauce for the kiddos, just like Pirates would have eaten, I'm sure. Still ahead, Miami High School softball plays in the 4A state tournament, and Grove High School football tries to remain undefeated. John Dale says those stories and more up next.
It's Food for Less history.
Your screen, brought to you by these proud partners.
Pittsburgh State football hosts Fort Hays State this Saturday night, and one of the biggest challenges facing the Gorillas all season was replacing All-American tight end Devin Garrison. They brought in Will Huggins to do so, a transfer from KU, who's felt very comfortable going from the Jayhawks to the Gorillas.
I felt like I did my time there, and I'm having a great time here. You know, I came on a visit here. I met Coach Ant, went on a visit with my buddy Jack and Barkley and Gaskell. And they showed me around, and it was a great time. It was an easy decision for me. You know, I've loved it here so far.
When you look at a transfer, you have to take a lot of things into account. You know, we don't just take transfers, you know, blindly without knowing. Will's situation is unique because his best friend was a wide receiver on our team. I mean, Jack Roberts and him grew up together. So when a kid like that comes to us, Jack, and says, "Hey, coach, I got this guy, KU," and he gives you the background, well, that holds a lot of weight to us.
Miami High School softball has earned its second trip to the state tournament in the past 3 seasons. The Lady War Dogs begin state tournament play this evening. Miami meets Blanchard in the quarterfinal rounds of state. That's where the Lady War Dogs season comes to an end. They fall to the Lions 12-2. Still plenty to be proud of, though. Miami finishes the season with a record of 22-4. It's playoff time for Missouri High School softball as well. Class 5 District 7 tournament in Lee's Summit. Carthage has its season come to an end. Lady Tigers battle into the 11th inning against 2-seed Lee's Summit West, but fall 8-7. In that same tournament, Neosho beats Joplin 6-3. Wildcats go on to the semis. Lee's Summit beats Webb City 11-8. That just went final a couple of minutes ago. Believe it or not, that went into 12 innings. Ray-Pac and Lee's Summit North never got to play their game that was scheduled for a 7 o'clock first pitch. That's postponed to tomorrow. No Friday night lights this week in Oklahoma. All our local high school football teams from the Sooner State play tonight instead of tomorrow. Really good battle this evening between a Grove Ridge Runner team that's undefeated and the Miami War Dogs, who enter with a 4-2 record. Opening drive, Miami quarterback Sam Lillard rolls to his right, completes this pass to Logan Sumapong for the touchdown. War Dogs lead 7-0 on the road. Grove, though, responds quickly. Gavin Wyatt hands off to Ezra Gates. He dives across the goal line for a touchdown. Grove evens it up. We're tied at 7 apiece. We go to the second quarter, 4th and long for Miami. Instead of going for a field goal, they roll the dice, and this trick play as Lillard connects with Chris Kelly. He stays in bounds and scores. Miami takes the lead back again. It's 14-7 War Dogs. Grove again responds quickly. Gavin Wyatt completes this pass to Jacob Gain. He does all the rest, takes it into the end zone, ties the game once again. This one came down to the final seconds of the fourth quarter, but Miami hangs on to win after Grove misses a game-tying field goal attempt. War Dogs take it 31-28. Meanwhile, Wyandotte Youth Football leads the Bears high school varsity team onto the field. They take on Salina tonight at home. Second play from scrimmage, Wyandotte with the football. Hunter White keeps it on a read option. He sprints past the first line of defenders and keeps on running all the way to the end zone. Bears strike first. They lead 7-0. First, Salina offensive possession. Eli Swearer throws towards the sideline, off his receiver's hands and intercepted by Avery Laughlin. Wildcats do tie it up at 7, though. We go to the second quarter. Bears in the red zone. They hand it off to Kason Threet up the middle. He bounces and spins off tacklers till he gets in the end zone. Wyandotte back in front, 14-7. About 4 minutes to go till halftime. Salina facing a 4th and 8. Swearer throws to the end zone. No wide receiver in the same area code as that pass. Picked off by Evan Brown. He runs it back 50 yards before getting tackled. Salina makes it tight down the stretch, but the Bears hang on for a 28-27 win. I told you yesterday we were going to have a busy day in sports today. I didn't expect an 11-inning softball game and a 12-inning softball game on top of everything else.
So you more than delivered on the promise of a busy day.
I guess.
We'll be right back.
One of the biggest mistakes in Clint Skim Jr., a four-state hero.
Look at that crowd. Tonight was the final third Thursday of 2024 in downtown Joplin, the Harvest Festival featuring many who dressed up, including some pets. Local artists had work on display and for sale. Downtown Joplin Alliance says 145 vendors with 30 food and beverage options were available, and of course there was live music on every block. Third Thursday will return in the spring for the 2025 season. That's grown to become a very popular tradition, getting people out, enjoy their community, their downtown, each other, and the weather was nice tonight.
Yeah, you couldn't beat it. Our high temp was 70 degrees, so we were sitting into the 60s most of the evening. Now, it's going to be kind of chilly again tonight. 75 tomorrow, 77 as we go into the weekend. A lot of activities this weekend, from football to parade, so weather's looking good.
That's right. Homecoming for Pitt State, and of course Maple Leaf Festival in Carthage. Final sports note.
We got a lot of high school football tomorrow across the 4 states. Mount Vernon at Nevada is our game of the week. Another big one, Columbus at Frontenac.
Looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.